What's up, you guys? EVOL. I'm back with another audio commentary for Quake Live. I know it's been a while since I've released one. I've had a lot going on, been really busy with work and playing music and various other things. I do have about 4 videos that I hope to get out to you guys this week. First, let me talk a little bit about what's been going on. You guys know I'm trying to improve my game. I'm trying to analyze these demos to find the mistakes that I'm making. One area I've been focusing a lot is timing, always working on timing. I want to be able to time 2 items to the second as consistently as possible because it is such a great foundation for good decision making in the rest of your game. So I really want to be perfect at that. But you kind of have to focus on everything all at once. I can't just focus on timing and let the other stuff kind of rot or not get developed as well. I really need to work on my combat. You'll see that in this game against Whiskeyyy on Aerowalk that I'm about to cast. His combat is so far superior to mine that even though I'm doing a better job controlling the items, unless I have a severe weapon or positional advantage, even if I outstack him, I lose the fight because he places his rockets better, he dodges better, he does a lot more damage. 2 areas of combat I really need to work on are dodging, just improving my movement to take as little damage as possible, and then also the placement of my rockets I know leaves a lot to be desired. I feel like my rocket accuracy is maybe up there, but that doesn't mean anything. They don't show you individual rocket statistics, so you get a 50% rocket accuracy, but every one of those rockets is maybe doing 10 damage with the splash. I really got to get my placement improved. My defensive play also is very weak. I feel like the other player can just push in on me very easily, and even if I have the rocket launcher and I'm kind of backing up through these hallways, I'm not pushing them off. Whereas when I try and push in on someone, I eat 2 rockets in the face, and it's like, okay, he just leveled the stack, our stacks, and I need to back off now, or I'm just going to die. I'm not very good at that defensive play right now, and I feel like I'd be a lot better playing out of control if I tried to work on that specifically for a little while. Other things I've been doing is working on my movement. I've changed some mouse settings recently. I continue to decrease my base sensitivity. I think right now I'm about 45 centimeters per 360 degrees. I might even go lower than that, but then I've got like 0.15 Excel. So if I need to turn around quickly, I can with just a quick flick of the mouse. But I find that those lower sensitivities help me with my movement a little bit, and my lightning gun and rail accuracies go up a little bit, and those are my strongest weapons, I would say, so that's always a good thing. I've been playing a lot of Instagib, like ICTF, just trying to get those rail accuracies up even higher. So I'm trying to improve all aspects of my game. I've been noobing out a lot, playing a lot of Clan Arena, just working on aim and dodging, and it's a lot of fun. It's an easy mode to play. I haven't been playing as much duel. I need to get kind of back on that horse. You guys have seen my videos. I get my ass handed to me. There's a lot of great players out there, and I'm fairly new to the dueling scene, as it were. So it's a tough game, but I'll get back on it. Let's see. This game, I played 5 or 6 games against Whiskeyyy. I had never dueled him before. I'd played with him in free-for-all, Clan Arena, and a couple other game modes, I want to say. Turns out he's pretty good at dueling. Like I said, his combat is pretty top-notch, or at least for, someone around my level. Well, not to insult him. He's not as low as my level. We had a lot of fun. I took 1 game off him, and he took the rest. So this game, well, let's just jump into it. And I've watched the game 2 or 3 times all the way through, so there's some specific things I'm going to point out, as opposed to just trying to commentate the video. I'm going to pause some parts. I'm going to try and analyze and point out some specific mistakes I made. This game was played about 3 weeks ago, and I feel like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I feel like I've made a lot of improvement since then. So we'll kind of try and compare that when I have some other demos, some great games I played last night on ZTN against Realm Divine and Chomps. I'm going to be casting both of those, and hopefully we can see like some marked improvement from the practice I've put in over the last 3 weeks. And before we jump into the duel, if I can get it on the picture here, my Quake tattoo, camera's all backwards, my Quake tattoo is healing up nicely. It's still, it's a needle into your skin, so it's a wound. It is a scar. It's still healing up a little bit. Some of the skin's still a little bit rough, but it healed up nice. She did a great job filling it in. It's Lisa Orth. I think it might just be lisaorth.com. She's actually the lady that designed Nirvana's logo up here in Seattle. She was like the head graphic designer for Sub Pop Records at the time. Anyway, she's really cool. If you guys are getting any new ink and you're up in Seattle or the Capitol Hill area, I would definitely recommend her. She is a very high quality artist, definitely dedicated to her craft. Anyway, that's too long of an introduction, so let's get into the duel, finally.
Prepare to fight.
All right, you guys, here we go. EVOL versus Whiskeyyy on Hub, Aerowalk, game 1 of 2.
2, 1, fight.
I like this spawn. You know, you get 75 armor off the bat, got the mega health, you get a rocket launcher. If I want to try and get damage on him exiting red, I can. If I want to run up and get rail, I can. So I got a little bit of splash damage, a little bit of lightning gun tickle, and a pretty good health stack. I'm about 300 health. I have already all 3 major weapons. And what I should be doing is getting in position to either take or deal damage on this first red pickup. I'm a little late, and I'm going to rewind here. Rewind. I'm going to turn on slow motion and wall hacks. Nice wolf cam feature. So I see he's already making the jump. Right here, I switched to rockets. I don't know why I switched to rockets. I've seen so many demos where someone goes for that red, someone's coming from the angle I'm coming from, and you can just pin them against that back wall with your lightning gun. And my lightning gun, you know, it's okay. Probably above average for the average crappy Quake player. And I feel like I could have done a ton of damage to him. It would have been an LG on LG fight, and he's maybe 150 armor, so he's got 250 health total. I've got 300. It should have been in my advantage. Instead, I go for the rockets, which ends up being a mistake. Switch back to lightning gun, but I gave him a chance to come down and fight me on, you know, with the even ground. I didn't have a positional advantage any longer, and I ran out of ammo with the lightning gun. And whereas I should have got the frag, I gave it to him instead. Luckily, where I spawned, again, picked up a couple of good weapons, was able to jump down, steal mega, got her green, got some yellow. So I'm already fairly healthy. In fact, I feel like I'm in a better position than him because he's probably still recovering from the last battle. Unfortunately, I didn't make any move to try and deal damage or get in on the second red armor. All right, so we're just kind of doing the dance here. I believe that was a mistake on my part. I didn't mean to fall. Looks like no one did any damage, so it ended up not mattering. Right there, I take a little bit of splash damage.
Impressive.
And he got the fadeaway rail, but I got that last second one before he went to the teleporter, so luckily I kept things even. Okay, this is another thing I want to point out specifically. I'm going to rewind. All right, right here, what I notice in a lot of demos that I watch is I know that he's going around and he's going to try and wrap around and challenge me for this red. What I've been noticing in the pro matches is that the person coming from underneath, rather than going to the top of the stairs and fighting, they go halfway up the stairs, and that wall on the right gives them cover, and they rocket jump up. Now, I might have lost the fight, but I would have stolen red armor, and I probably would have been able to do enough damage to still kind of maintain some semblance of control in the respawn. Maybe just grab a weapon, go on the aggressive, and try and get the conversion. I think I make a mistake here when I actually just go to the top of the stairs and fight him outright. Maybe it's because I felt like I needed the lightning gun. Now, I say I made a mistake. I didn't know he was that weak. I probably wasn't paying attention to the damage I was doing beforehand. I personally feel like it was in my best interest to walk halfway up the stairs, rocket jump up, use that wall on the right for my cover, steal the red, and then fight him. Maybe it's because I really wanted that lightning gun, or maybe I didn't know he was weak. At any rate, something to think about. I get some... Oh, I'm really mad I missed that second rail. It would have been a very clean conversion frag. Instead, bam, I do a lot of splash damage to myself. I do get the frag, but, you know, I got no health and 18 health and no armor. I guess I had the timing on the mega, so maybe not all is lost. But walk up the stairs here, take a lot of... I mean, he just drains me. I was in a bad position, started out looking the wrong way. And if I might pause for a second, I know this is going to be a longer video. It's kind of a recurring theme in this particular game that all of our fights up by the red armor, you know, it's one of the more open areas of the map where no one really has a positional advantage as long as no one's fighting from down the stairs. His combat skills are far superior to mine, and I just don't do a good job ever really fighting him on those stairs by the RA or that open area by the RA. Even if I have a stack advantage, if I've got the same weapons, you know, he just ends up doing a lot more damage. There's a few times I catch him, but on the whole, it never works out in my benefit. Alright, so far, he's been doing a better job of the reds, but I've been controlling the Mega fairly well. I don't think he's got a Mega yet. In fact, if I recall correctly, he only gets 2 Megas this whole game, whereas I picked up about 12. Alright, there I am, trying to fight from the bottom of the stairs again. A little bit of splash damage, eat a rail, and it's clean damage on his part. I wasn't able to return anything. Really trying to utilize sound because I know that he has superior combat skills, and if I want to do the damage I need to, I really got to try and set traps and just kind of bait him around corners. So I'm trying to do that a little bit, and it works out some of the time. Right now, I'm not sure what's running through my head. You know, I'm fairly healthy on the HP side of things because I picked up that Mega. Maybe I just thought, you know, I'd try and get one more yellow before I tried to challenge for red. Here is another example where I definitely should have rocket jumped up and stolen the red. As I came up, I saw it. I had all the weapons I needed. I had plenty of health for a rocket jump, and I knew that he couldn't get to me in time. I could have had that red, and I think it would have been a lot better. You know, instead, he gets the 250s, and I risk fighting him outright, and I lose it. And then he gets the red. Not sure how much health I left him with. But kind of the recurring theme, that the respawn times of the red and Mega have been similar enough times that even though he gets the red, he's weak enough and out of position enough that I'm able to get the Mega right off the spawn. It's the second or third time that's happened this map. And then he's got to try and skirt around, picking up whatever health levels he can, so I can kind of run around and get the weapons I need. Alright, I'm going to rewind here as well. Let's go into slow motion. I'm not sure if this rocket that he's shooting right now hits me or not, but I don't know he's up on that ledge behind me, and I don't know how this turned into a frag in my favor. I'm at almost 300 health here. Looks like whatever rocket... Okay, he shot the rocket backwards because I can see the explosion. So he tried to shoot me as I was coming up. I must have heard it late. He shoots a second one, and judging from the amount of damage I took, he did about 75 damage, so pretty good. But then he jumps down, and I give him an air rocket, which puts him in a bad position, give him a second direct rocket for the kill, and I believe I messed up my jump, but yeah, I was really fortunate that he jumped off of that platform before the red spawn, because that just put me in a great position. Right here, he knows I'm going to be running for that Mega, and I want to say he mostly negated the effect of the pickup. He probably did 100 damage in splash. Let me rewind here again. Sorry guys, I know I'm rewinding a lot. Right here, I'm not 100% sure where he is. Maybe if I turn on the wall hacks. No, I don't see him. I'm not 100% sure of where he is. Now, I don't know if this is because I play strafe pads a lot and I work on trying to get, you know, maximum speed out of my jumps or whatever. But let me turn on slow motion and watch me jump here. Just looking straight ahead, looking straight ahead. Even heard a pickup on the right, and I just continue to look straight ahead. If I don't know where my opponent is, you know, by jumping forward and looking straight ahead, I might take a rocket to the face, I might take a rail, and right there, looking straight ahead. If I'm not sure where my opponent is, and he could be anywhere in that center atrium, you know, there's a good chance that you're going to take some damage. I need to be sure that I'm keeping my crosshairs positioned in such a way to where if I'm not sure where my enemy is, you know, I'm going to see him and hopefully be able to return some damage. Not sure what that jump was about. Yet another Mega pickup for me. Alright, the game's about halfway over, and the two of us have only put a total of 7 frags on the board. I don't know how your Aerowalk games go, but the ones I play, at least that are one-sided, this is a very low-scoring game. Maybe it's just because this game isn't one-sided, that it's a close game, that it's a more low-scoring game. We're playing a little more defensively, making sure we stack up and gear up before we go for a full-on committal battle. Really didn't need to take that rocket in the face. But, you know, I did just pick up both of the major items. It was just lacking rail, and it picked that up. And I get splash damage killed. You know, I was in the worst position there, but he was weaker, and I was able to do enough splash damage to finish him off. Now, right there, I feel like, okay, this part makes no sense to me. I don't know if he thought Mega was spawning and that he was just trying to protect that path because he thought I was going to move in. A lot of times, if you see a player really aggressively defending that Mega ledge, you know it's going to spawn soon. But why he would just jump in a straight line, shooting grenades while he eats 2 rails, I'm not sure. But definitely works out in my favor, so I'm not going to complain. Okay. No major items up for a while. And I would conjecture that I have a better stack than him right now. But, like I said, my combat in that open area by the RA, it's just not doing it. So he got the red. I should have the timing on Mega. So, here we go. Pick it up just in time. I actually remember this part. That rail that I shot was a mistake. I thought I had the rocket launcher out. And then there, he goes to the portal, comes from above, and I hear him teleport, and I just didn't react. And looked the wrong way, too late. He got the kill. Okay, I missed my jump up there, and he just tried to come in aggressively and finish me off. But I'd still had 100 health, so I was able to kill him with the rockets and then still get the red pickup. Oh, you know what? This is a part I really wanted to point out, because this is cool. All right, let's go into slow motion, turn on wall hacks, and go from his point of view. So he knew that I was going to pick up the red because of where I just killed him. He knew I hadn't got the pickup. So because of wherever he spawned, he went for the rail. Now, I've never seen... I have never used this particular rail angle. I've used the rocket launcher ledge that's just to the right of Whiskey's point of view right now. And when they come down from the red armor, I've tried that rail angle, which, you know, has a wider angle. And it's just what I'm used to. So anytime in a game I get shot at a time that I don't expect, from a position that I don't expect, I'm trying to force myself to watch that demo. And hopefully the demo has enough information for Wolfcam to give me the other player's point of view. It's not going to happen all the time. But I really like this because I can see exactly what I was doing and exactly what he was thinking. And he gets, you know, that really cool rail shot on me, which, as you can see, gets me down to 7 health and only 50 armor. So even though I just got that red pickup, I'm in a pretty bad spot health-wise. Now, I really want to focus what I do at this point because I feel like my defensive play was a little better this game. He just picked up Mega, so I don't have any chance of getting that to just kind of instantly get healthy. So I'm trying to skirt around the map, pick up health bubbles, minor armor items, and I do a good job here of avoiding him and gearing back up before I take a fight. So I was weak, but I don't give him a threat. Right there, he had some really bad rockets, and I actually got out of there pretty unscathed. And I expect him to come through, feed him a direct rocket, and suddenly I go from having 7 health, being almost dead, to getting the Mega, doing quite a bit of damage to him, and getting the frag. Alright, here's another departure I want to point out. I play this map a lot against bots just to practice my timings, trying to really dial in on those time 2 items to the second. Now, I killed him right here, and I heard him spawn top, or maybe I expected him to spawn top. Now, bots make stupid decisions, so I'm thinking, oh, he'll run for the rocket launcher, because that's what Crash would do. So I try and spam up there, maybe switch to the railgun, try and get some damage, whereas Whiskeyyy has half a brain, unlike the bots. So he's thinking to himself, EVOL hasn't picked up the red armor yet. I did some damage to him. If I just balls out go for the LG, maybe I can kill him, which, you know, is his plan. And suddenly, I put myself in a horrible position down the stairs because I was trying to get that rail shot, and ended up giving up the red armor. So, playing bots has its uses, but don't do it so much that you think people are going to make the same dumb decisions. I do find it very useful to play against bots to learn the spawn positions, because you can just, you know, play over and over and you see where they're respawning.
1 minute warning.
You know, I've improved my Aerowalk and ZTN games a lot playing against bots, just because you do learn how to spawn rate. But don't expect the bots, I'm sorry, human players, to go into the same idiotic positions off the spawn. That's my main problem. Alright, same thing. Took way too much damage in that room while dealing very little myself. Now, I know I'm up to less than a minute left. I really just need to play the survival game. Try and get some cheeky rail shots, some fadeaway damage. Really don't want to give him an opportunity to stay in the game. I should have ran for Mega there. You know, watching the demo, I can see that I saw it. I was fortunate to get out of there with 1 health, and even though he did eventually get the conversion, I think I'm going to get enough of a delay. Okay, did you hear that sound he made? I know he's got less than 25 health. I should have backed off at that point. I should have known he's going to be super aggressive. I don't know why I peeked forward. Maybe just trying to sneak in that last defensive rocket, but he got the rail shot, so now I am also very weak. If he's listening, he knows I've got less than 50 health, and he's got 7 seconds to finish me off to push this game into overtime if he wants to win. Again, I don't know why I'm sticking around. Right there, that last set of rails that we both missed, if he'd hit it, we'd be into overtime, and if I'd hit it, I would have won 9-7. But from my position, that's not a risk that I should have been willing to take. I should have been dropping down for some health, yellow armor, laying nades behind me, just GTFOing because I had the game in the bag. I'm just lucky he missed that last shot. This was a great game, you guys. It was a slower paced game, I guess, at times. I feel like I did a much better job with my defensive positioning, my defensive gameplay. I did a great job controlling the Mega. As you can see, I got 14 and he only got 2. He did a much better job with the red armors, 12-6, but I got a lot more yellows and greens. So I stayed healthy. I picked up those health bubbles. We both hit 9 rails, but he shot a lot less, so his accuracy was actually pretty good. I always like to look at the damage distribution. It looks like the core of my damage was split up between rockets and lightning gun, with the railgun kind of being an auxiliary there. Similar to his situation, only a little more emphasis on the rockets. Now, I shot 132 rockets. He shot... I'm sorry, let's go with how many we hit. I hit 31 and he hit 35. He only hit 4 rockets more than me, but he did, you know, over 500 more damage with those rockets. So that means that my dodging leaves something to be desired and that his placement is a little better. His rockets are more effective. Unfortunately, Quake Live doesn't show us individual rocket stats. You could have 100% accuracy, but every one of those rockets might only be doing 10 damage. Anyway, like I said, this game is 3 or 4 weeks old. I had just changed some mouse settings, so my movement was a little bit funky here, running into a lot of corners and just kind of jittery with the mouse. I'm still trying to, well, at the time, I was still trying to adjust to my new acceleration settings, which I really like, by the way. Thanks for those suggestions. In the games on ZTN that you'll see in the next couple of days, I think you'll see that my game has improved immensely, even just over the last 3 or 4 weeks. But this was a great game. He had the damage and the accuracy. I had the item control. Leave some comments, and you guys will be hearing from me soon. Thanks.